From Hampton High School, WHCS Cable Channel 46 presents Peninsula District Girls Basketball. The Kecoughtan Warriors visiting the Hampton Crabbers. Good afternoon or good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz and Bob Killen. We welcome you to Hampton High School for this contest between the Kecoughtan Warriors, who are 1-12 in the district, 1-13 overall, and the Hampton Crabbers, who are 6-5 in the district and 8-6 overall. Right now we're going to go across the court. Bob Hintz has head coach Lee Martin of the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Well, Coach, it's been a lot of games since we talked last time. You've seen a lot of improvement with these young ladies?
I think so. Every day in practice we try to work on the things that going to make us better in the future. And although we're young, it's coming together lately.
Well, if you had to look at the things that you improved the most in, has it been any particular thing? Has it been confidence? What?
Confidence is the one thing that we probably needed the most, besides the skill work.
Right.
You know, but every day we're doing skill work, and I think the better their skills get, their confidence seems to be growing.
Well, and that bottom line is you got to have the basic fundamentals, and if you got that, then everything else should fall in place.
Yeah, and then you're a little more confident, you know, to go out there and try some things.
Good enough. Well, good luck to you tonight, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
Good enough.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you, Lee. Tonight's contest is brought to you by Zooms with 5 convenient Hampton locations and by Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director. Let's go back across the court. Bob has head coach David Six of the Lady Crabbers.
Well, David, I am impressed with your team because you got some good ball handlers, people on that are good size can handle the ball, but when you put a press on, you're really tough.
Yeah, my 1-3-1 is working real well. We like to trap in everything that we do. We like to cause a lot of turnovers so that we can generate some offense out of it.
Well, and also what you do is you don't let the other team get in their offense.
No, we want to take you out of your offense as much as possible. We're big enough. We feel like we can throw over a lot of people's zone offenses, so we'll be okay with that.
Also, you have a very young team, one senior. That's got to make you happy.
Oh,
and your JV team, as you was telling me, is doing right good.
Oh, JV is 8-5 right now, doing real well. And we are young. We're young basketball in terms of knowing what to do, and we're young. We only return everybody, and we only have one senior, so we're going to be fine next year.
Good for you. Good luck to you.
All right, thanks.
Good enough. Let's go back over to Tim.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Coach Six. And, congratulations to David Six, the head coach of the Lady Crabbers. Last year's team, just 3 victories all year, and already his team has registered 8 victories overall. And this is a young team. There's only one senior on the Hampton team, let alone starter. So they've got a bright future ahead of them. We've talked about some of their players in a couple of games we've had. And, of course, they are paced by Tiara Lassiter. You got Emily Smith, Alicia Morris, and the young freshman Siobhan Earp. So Coach Six has a real good-looking future for this team with just one senior on his squad. And they're going to be tough not only this year. I think they can do real well in the tournament. There you see the officials for tonight's contest, Ray Keegan and J.J. Foster.
Well, Tim, and we've watched David Six coach when he coached here at the Hampton before, and then went to Gloucester, and he's come back. And what he brings to the table is so much experience and savvy of the basketball game itself, and he's imparting it to the girls. But what he's doing, Dave, he's not doing it all at one time. I mean, he's saying, spoon feeding them so that they can learn it and digest what they got. So next year, you're right, they're going to be tough next year.
And Lee Martin's doing a real fine job over there with Kecoughtan as well. His team's struggling at this point, but again, they're young, and he's doing an excellent job. It's tough. Take over a program and try and rebuild. It's just not something that happens overnight.
We will, I noticed we here in the background here, Ray Nass, he's just kind of letting people know what's going on. He will announce, he's got the microphone, so he'll give us the starters when they're ready to go.
And now, here are your starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the Lady Warriors, number 20, a junior, Becky Hartman. Number 22, a junior, Casey Cobb. Number 23, a senior, Raynell Deans. Number 31, a junior, LaToya King. And number 33, a sophomore, Serene Abraham. The Lady Warriors are coached by Mr. Lee Martin and come into this contest with a record of 1-13. And now here are your starters for the home team, the Lady Crabbers of Hampton High. A junior, number 21, Takara White. A freshman, number 25, Siobhan Earp. A junior, number 31, Titi Lassiter. A junior, number 33, Shonda Sturdivant. And a sophomore, number 55, Alicia Morris. The Lady Crabbers are coached by Mr. David Six. The Lady Crabbers come into this game with a record of 7-5.
We want to thank Wayne Ness for giving us the starting lineups. There you see the Hampton Crabbers. And you also heard now on that Kecoughtan Warrior team, as I spoke of, just one senior starter. So Lee Martin will have 4 of his starters back next year. And again, you know, it's just tough to come in and rebuild a program, but he's doing a fine job over there.
Yeah, he really is, Tim. And this is good experience for his girls, and he's getting a lot of experience for his younger players, and that really helps.
All right, we're about set to go. 4 8-minute quarters in girls basketball. There is no shot clock. One tip ball, and after that it'll be a backcourt violation. Oh, a backcourt violation.
You got that?
So just for a moment there, young lady in the moment of heat forgot which direction she was supposed to take the ball, and unfortunately hit it in the wrong direction, cost her team a turnover. Good defense, almost got it back, but Tiara Lassiter last touched it. It'll still belong to the Warriors.
And if you'll notice what they do on their traps, as you see David Six there, the young ladies they don't reach for the ball, they wait till the ball is put above the head.
And a steal by Takara White leads to a layup, and the Lady Crabbers take the lead 2-0.
Almost got an interception. Nice look in underneath.
Couple of chances for the Lady Warriors. They bring it out now. Now Hartman will fire short, and Lassiter has it for the Lady Crabbers.
And this young lady, we were talking to the coach about her, how well she handles the ball at 6 foot. Got a foul. 31, Tim.
That's on LaToya King. And that'll be a shooting foul and send the freshman Siobhan Earp to the free throw line. Earp hits the first of 2. Just underway from Hampton High School. This game videotaped on the 30th of January, 1999, as Earp hits both and gives her team a 4-0 lead.
And that 1-3-1 that David gets in is very active. Kecoughtan is trying to go over the top. And that's what you got to try to do, is go over the top of the zone, because if you don't, you're thrown into the teeth of it, that zone trap.
Good pressure applied by the Lady Crabbers. Ball is chased down by the Warriors. Close to a 10-second violation. They do get it across the timeline. And then T.T. Lassiter just steals it. But stole it right back are the Lady Warriors.
Deans, nice job.
Shot is up, no good, but 2 are forthcoming as she was fouled in the act of shooting.
I believe that was Morris that got a number 55.
Alicia Morris gets called for hers. That's her first, the team's first. Here's your replay.
A good ball fake that time, which got that drew the foul.
Casey Cobb at the free throw line and hits, or rather misses on the first. And gets the second. So 1 out of 2 for Cobb. and it's 4-1 Hampton.
And Kecoughtan is in a zone press, a full court 1-2-2 zone trap. And you know, a lot of times the team that traps doesn't like to be trapped.
Earp feeds down low. Sturdivant shot off the glass, rebounded by Lassiter. Her shot is short. Morris follows. It's no good. Chased down by Sturdivant.
3 offensive rebounds.
And a turnover. Takara White just stood her ground and took the ball away. Earp down low. Sturdivant off the glass. No good. Got her own rebound. Too strong. Morris rebounds, and she'll draw 2 shots.
Look like again it's on 31 if I'm not mistaken. That's 2 on her real quick. King.
So Alicia Morris will go to the free throw line for the first time. Played a little less than 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Big blonde left-hander hits the first. You see Lee Martin looking on as tries to get his Lady Warriors untracked here. Morris has it rattled out, but Lassiter follows.
Nice
and puts
job
it in.
by Lassiter. Nobody blocked her out, Tim.
So Lassiter. Right now the rebounds are 7-1 in favor of the Lady Crabbers. Steele and Lassiter in and out. Earp follows, and she will get 2 shots.
And there's a good example of hustle, Tim. Earp made the steal, threw the ball ahead to Lassiter, and did not assume that she was going to make the layup, followed the missed shot, and got rebounds. Watched the replay and got the rebound and drew the foul.
And the Lady Warriors, Lee Martin calls a timeout as he needs to get his team squared away here. They seem to be struggling just a little bit. Gee, which one was yours?
I know, but it makes it much easier this way than coming over the top. Tim, well, we have this timeout. We will pick a player of the game from both of these teams tonight, and that player receive a plaque and a shirt. Plaque comes from Buckwald Engraving, located Kecoughtan Road. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 723-6067. Dave Buckwald is the owner. Shirt comes from Islander Hardware and Sporting Goods, and they're located in Pecossin. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment and uniforms. Plus, they have screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
Lee Martin calling the timeout so he can try and get his Lady Warriors organized, as they have gotten off to a slow start here on the wrong end of a 7-1 score. Earp will have 2. And so far she is perfect.
She's got good rotation on that ball when she shoots it. Just a freshman, Tim. Just a freshman. She's going to get better.
Just as I said she was perfect, she misses for the first time.
You jinxed it.
You know, with her as a freshman and Morris as a sophomore, David Six, a happy young man, and Lassiter a junior, I'm telling you, this team can go a long ways in the Peninsula District.
And they do a good job of anticipating the pass, getting in the passing lanes, getting a lot of offense from their defense.
And that's a good case of it right there, where Earp, they had tried to save it and she stepped on the sideline. Takara White with good hustle, but the ball just got a little loose from her. 5:12 left here in the first period.
Takara White ran into the bleachers. I hope she didn't hurt herself. Another steal.
Earp got the basket and she caused a foul.
Is she happy about that? Got a chance for a three-pointer.
And she's wincing a bit. She might have gotten slightly shaken up on the play. Watch the replay here. You're going to see the tip ball, and then Earp will do a good job and came down a little awkwardly on the play.
And I think that's what it was the way she landed.
And a chance for the three-point play. She's got 5 points here in the early going. And she makes it 6. So 3 out of 4. Check that, 4 out of 5 for her from the free throw line. And her team leads by 12. Lady Warriors having difficulty against this trapping defense of the Crabbers. They haven't seen this much speed. There's your backcourt violation.
Yeah, you can't be in the backcourt, get the ball, and come down in the forecourt.
Are you sure?
Yes, that I'm sure of.
We did have a fan who took us to task over a call I made. I'll take.
Well, and I probably agreed with it. So,
but and we do appreciate the input from the fans. If we make a mistake, we're more than anxious to atone for it. And please don't hesitate to call us. Only way we learn we made mistakes is if people bring it to our attention.
That's right. If we don't ever make mistakes, well, we better get out of here.
Well, the only mistake I really worry about is mispronouncing young ladies' names. So. And David Six came over before the game, and you and I both know that we had a mispronunciation on one of the girls' names, and I can't remember whether you did or I did, but
it is Ejita Holmes, not Ajita.
So
and we apologize for that.
And we're glad that someone brought it to our attention. Rebound off to the Lady Crabbers, up by a dozen. Earp for 3. Got it.
Whoa. Is she on fire?
As you said, Bob, just a freshman.
And Kecoughtan just is not being able to get a shot off him. It's not that they're shooting a bad percentage. They're just not getting many shots. I don't think they've shot more than 4 or 5 times.
Well, the tough part of this is that Hawking defense that's being put up there by the Crabbers. They're not letting them get into any kind of flow on the offense. And that's just what David Six wants. Baseline, Hartman is double teamed. Kick it back outside. They try to move it down low. They get it down low, and a foul will be called on Lassiter. That'll be her first.
And that'll put Michelle Burke on the line, number 30.
9 offensive rebounds for Hampton. That superior height is just too tough.
Yeah. Good shot of Michelle.
Michelle Burt hits the first of 2.
And that's our cameraman, Ron Baton, underneath there, getting a good shot. He says, you see where I got this camera taped? And I said, yeah. And he says, that's where Johnny Story hit it last year. He said, I'm going to stay away from Johnny tonight. I said, good for you.
So 2 out of 2 for Michelle Burt from the free throw line, and it's 16-3 now in favor of the Lady Crabbers.
Well, Kecoughtan's press is not bothering the Crabbers at all.
Lassiter got her own rebound and put it right back in.
A good classic example of shoot and follow your shot. And that's exactly what Lassiter did that time.
Crabbers up by 15.
They got an offensive rebound. Very hard to come by.
Strobridge gets the pass. Now the right side. This is Casey Cobb. And it's almost stolen by Earp. She knocked it out of bounds.
Well, not only her foot was on the out of bounds when she ran up and hit the ball. But, hey, those kind of mistakes as a coach, you say, don't worry, because we're going to get more of those and we're going to lose.
Cobb is open and throws up an air ball. It'll be Hampton ball underneath the basket. 2:46 remaining in the first period. So far, it's been all Hampton, 18-3. Cobb will come out of the ball game for Kecoughtan, and Keena Harding will check in. And Takara White comes out, and Latoya Joyner comes in for the Lady Crabbers.
Kecoughtan in their zone, and they're doing a little trapping too. They're trying to keep the Lady Crabbers from running an offense. But man, you can't let Morris get that ball underneath.
No, that's Smith. Emily Smith.
Oh, that's Emily. I'm sorry.
Emily Smith came in along with 51 Janina Anderson.
Good job.
Which team, Bob?
Natasha. Did I say Latoya Joyner? Latasha Joyner. You know, you can't send away for these glasses. You got to have them fitted.
11 offensive rebounds.
11-2 offensive rebounds in favor of the Lady Crabbers. That's Lassiter, and she hits the first of 2. 5 team fouls against the Warriors, just 2 for Hampton. Now Lassiter. Looks like David might have had the young ladies working on the free throws after that Phoebus game, and it's paying off.
Well, and it's not that he doesn't work at them all in every practice anyway, but you may change a routine that you're doing in practice a little different. But they walk into the foul line with a lot of confidence, Tim.
And that defense just really tough. Earp almost stole the ball, but she knocked it out of bounds. So Hartman will inbound.
And in all fairness, this gym is a whole lot different than Phoebus gym. And when you're on your home turf, you have a tendency to shoot those shots a little bit better.
Turnover gives the ball back to the Lady Crabbers. Young lady is Becky Hartman, number 20, is the granddaughter of my mother's neighbor. Mentioned that last time we had Keegan.
Oh, nice feed inside. Emily right up with it. Good hands. Nice catch.
4 points for Emily Smith, and Hampton's up by 21. Inside of a minute and a half to go here in the first period. Shot no good. One shot's all they're getting as Emily Smith clears the board. With this superior height that Hampton has over most of the teams in the league and their defensive hustle, this team could go a long ways in the district.
You got that right. They're going to surprise some teams in the district, I believe, this year.
So out of the ball game comes Earp, and in her place is number 35. That's Christy Johnson. She is the only senior on this Hampton squad. That might have been a walk down there. Didn't catch it, but ball knocked out of bounds. Still belongs to the Warriors.
Right there on the edge. Back up if you need to. White hold the spot. Well.
Hartman will trigger underneath the basket.
Right there.
Had to trap and let him get away.
Loose ball controlled by the Crabbers. Nice move down the lane. That's
that was nice. Latasha.
So Latasha Joyner scores a bucket. Almost stolen by Hampton, but the Warriors get it back. Now they have it on the floor. And we've got to travel against the Warriors. As soon as you get to your knees, you're going to get a travel call.
Well, you can't be crawling around trying with the ball, no. And it looks like number 11, Jackie Beasley's coming in for the Crabbers.
She'll replace Janine Anderson.
Well, Tim, I don't know her size, but she's a little bit. But I bet she's a fire plug out there that just runs all over the place.
15 seconds left in the first. Hampton 26, Kecoughtan 3. This is Beasley.
What I say?
You had it right. Off the glass, rebound comes to the Warriors. Desperation shot at the buzzer, just off the mark.
Nice recognition of how much time was left on the clock by the Warriors. But man, do they trail. You can't start a game off down 23 points. That's going to be a long night.
Zooms with 5 convenient Hampton locations, bringing you the first period of action tonight. Zooms has that Beantown coffee. They got Coca-Colas. I don't need that thing. I know what they got. They got Krispy Kreme donuts, ham and cheese subs, potato wedges, and, of course, Citgo gas. David Allen and the fine folks at Zooms, happy and proud to bring you high school sports right here on Channel 46.
And talking about Channel 46, they welcome you to the Math Zone. This is a live televised interactive call-in program for students to get help with their math. Join Tyler Elementary teacher Cassandra Hamilton and Davis Middle School teacher Sherry Martin every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Call 850-5426 and join the Math Zone.
Rebound 16-5 in favor of the Lady Crabbers. And the turnovers, 8 for Kecoughtan, 3 for Hampton. Now the Warriors have to hurry to get the ball in, and they don't get it in. So interestingly, as soon as the referee blows the whistle and puts that ball down on the sideline, you have 5 seconds to get over there and get it in. So the Warriors a little slow of getting out of their between the periods huddle, and it cost them a turnover. Feed down low for Emily Smith. She doesn't get it.
But that's a good thing that she's doing. She's turning around and going right to the basket, keeping the ball high.
And a foul. This will be a non-shooting foul.
And that's on Ejita Holmes.
And we got a foul on Beasley. She
said, wait a minute. I couldn't have got her up that high.
So another player control foul. Now there's 4 team fouls against Hampton, 5 against the Warriors. Fired up too strong, and the rebound comes off to the Lady Crabbers. That is Christy Johnson with it. And she gives back to Beasley. We will give it to the backcourt tandem now of Ejita Holmes. Shot is short. This is an excellent ball game for David Six because he's got this nice big lead, and he gets some of the young ladies who don't play all that often in there to get them that game experience.
And in the first half.
You just can't buy that kind of experience. You can't get it during the practice in your gym against your own team. You know, he was talking with us before the game about how the girls get nervous and all, and trying to hit those free throws. You know, a lot of people just lose sight of the fact that these are high school kids, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old.
And why do you let them do that on the floor? He's getting a nice steal. That's, who was that? Avis Strobridge.
And got her own rebound. Short with the follow shot. Give it to Cobb again. Back to Strobridge. Down low, the shot goes, and a foul is called.
Following Emily Smith for Hampton. That's a good by Latoya King.
Here's some replay of the action.
Well, I see our old buddy Brent Musgrove is in attendance tonight, going up the stands on the other side with his father-in-law. Good to see him at the ball games. I told him we would be doing a game tonight, so I don't know if that was an indication to show up, but he did, and I appreciate it.
King unable to complete the three-point play. Knocked out of bounds by Hartman of Kecoughtan. There's your score, 26-5, as we approach the 6-minute mark here in the first half. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and Bob Killen coming to you from Hampton High School on Super Bowl weekend. We've got a traveling call on Earp. As Davis Six put the starters back in. Let's see, we got White in there, Earp, Lassiter. Looks like all the White. Oh, yeah.
And Sturdivant. Don't want to forget any of them.
Yep. Ball belongs to the Lady Warriors. This Hampton defense makes you work for your shots.
They really do. Kecoughtan is getting a better look at their passing now, and they're doing some skip passing and getting some people open. Now Hampton's going to have a quick timeout over the David Six wants to talk about what's happening here. Let's get back in the game. Go ahead.
Sturdivant called for the foul. That's her first. 6th team foul. So for the longest time, the Warriors, as we watch some of the replay here, you'll see how the foul occurred.
Watch the cross court. Right here, they do a skip pass. And there was the blocking foul. Good camera work.
Hampton out rebounding the Warriors on the offensive boards, 13-4. Hartman in trouble. In the lane. Loose ball. And they're going to say it belongs to the Warriors, I believe. Knocked out of bounds by Sturdivant, apparently.
Well, that was hustle, Tim. That's pure hustle.
Nice pass.
Nice job. She anticipated and watched exactly where that ball was being thrown in.
You know, that's the thing, as most of our fans know, it's you have to think what the other team is doing and anticipate it, and that's how you play good defense.
That's right, and anticipation is something that the coach drills in you, saying, okay, you can cheat over half a step or so, watch the eyes, look where the ball's going, and these girls start responding. As they do, this team is going to be a whole lot better at the end of the season, as we watch the replay, as they were at the beginning of the season. And that's why I think that they're going to surprise some teams in the district tournament.
6 boards for Lassiter. You saw an example of good position by Lassiter for the stick back, and you saw Hartman go over the back, and that's what caused the foul. Lassiter hits the first of 2. And so she is 4 out of 4. And the Crabbers have only missed 2 free throws, and they've taken 11 tries. So they're 9 out of 11, atoning for their struggles that they had last week against Phoebus.
Oh, now I don't know. That was back. She got rid of that ball when she got back court, I thought.
I don't want to talk about backcourt.
Isn't that funny? We mentioned one thing, and all night long we're going to have those kind of calls. But I thought she got rid of the ball before she went back court. But again, that's a judgment call on that particular point. And my guru says that was not back court. And I think anybody that watches our telecast knew who my guru is.
That's just one of many names you use for him. Isn't it?
It's when I'm happy with him.
It's the one we can use on the air. Stolen by her, but then she kind of dragged her foot a little bit.
Yeah, kind of did a little skip there as she caught the ball. But
now, one of the things, if I understand it, now I'm a fan, I'm going to ask you as a former coach, you cannot be called for traveling until you have control of the ball.
That's
Is that
right.
correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. A lot of times you see a player struggling to control a ball and might appear to travel. Oh, my.
Whoa.
Oh, no foul?
No foul? Maybe she got all ball.
Let's replay that one, Scotty. And
he's going to give it to Kecoughtan.
Watch the replay here. Watch this. See if we can see what happens. Oh,
grabbed your arm.
Almost tore his shoulder.
And then he gives the ball to Kecoughtan.
Well, they ruled that she got the ball. Hi, Mom.
Oh, my God.
She apparently didn't hold on to her shoulder long enough to get the call. My gracious. Almost, if she had laid down on there, would have gotten a 3 count, and WWF would be right here on Channel 46.
Goodness sakes.
Oh, well, you know, even the officials blowing now and then. White went to get the ball, and when he said, no, it's getting that ball, she's like, what?
You want to see the mark? Nice shot. Is that by Abraham?
Yes, that's Serene Abraham. One of a long line of great players who have played at Kecoughtan. And we've got a foul underneath and a shooting opportunity here for the Crabbers. 30-7 is the score. And we are more than halfway through the second period. 3:49 to go. I want to mention again that Wood Funeral Home is one of our sponsors here on Channel 46. Richard Pulley is the funeral director. I want to thank those fine people for helping us defray the cost of bringing you this coverage.
And want to thank Buckwalter Engraving and Islander Hardware and Sporting Goods for allowing us to recognize the player of the game with a plaque and a shirt.
Boy, they're on fire from the free throw line. 6 out of 7 for Earp. Hartman is open, and she'll fire it in.
That was first good look at the basket she's got tonight without a hand in her face.
And that would go for almost the entire Kecoughtan team. Earp is open, no good. And the rebound comes back to the Warriors. Got a 2-on-2.
And I'm going to tell you how that Earp, she was watching the ball and pointing to somebody to pick up the other ball player that's breaking down the court. Good court awareness.
Morris with the rebound. White will fire it up from 3 and hits it.
Oh! If I go under the basket, they foul me and I don't get it, I'm going to stay outside.
3-pointer for Takara White, and then we've got a foul underneath.
And David is wondering why you let her go baseline. Why did you let her go baseline?
Sturdivant gets called for the foul. That's her second. Here's the replay. Here's a 3-pointer from Takara White.
Whoa, was that quick?
That, would you like so much to go back it up and do it again? Strobridge misses the first of 2. All right, here we go. This is that play again. She was a good 3 feet behind the line. Kaboom.
Yeah. Emily Smith checks in along with, looks like Latasha Joyner.
Good job of stealing the ball by
Sturdivant. Very active. Whoa,
and then they
a
got
little high. She's tall, but not quite that tall.
2:31 left in the half. Warriors will bring it up down 35-9. Casey Cobb fires it up, no good. Battle for the loose ball underneath. And finally controlled by the Lady Crabbers. TT Lassiter, no good, but she'll get a pair of free throws.
She's a heads-up ball player, but not only would she break long, but it doesn't do you any good to break long if you don't get the ball. And Takara White found her breaking long, got the ball to her. Nice heads up. Good example of dribbling the ball with your head up.
Now you know he didn't hit her. David Six gently tapped Takara White. I don't want any calls that he was brutal at her.
I didn't even see it.
You didn't see it. It was really funny. They were talking on the sideline, and David Six just gave Takara White a little tap on the cheek, and she fell backwards like he'd really hit her.
Uh-oh.
So Lassiter hits both. And the Crabbers have just been awesome from the free throw line. Takara White knocks it out of bounds. She's having a good time out there tonight, too. They're all having a good time. It's easy to have a good time when you're up by 28.
When you're up that high, yes, it is.
I just like the hustle of this team. I think they're the dark horse, if they are, in fact, the dark horse, to take it all in this Peninsula District. I haven't seen all the teams, but...
Well, I tell you, Woodbridge has got a good... Mike Talon is coaching up there, and you know Mike Talon is a good technician.
Was
but
it Woodside?
Yeah, Woodside.
Gloucester's tough, too.
Gloucester's tough. But I tell you, David Six reminds me a lot of Mike Talon, and he's really a good teacher of the sport of basketball. And that's a compliment.
Well, you get mentioned in the same breath with Mike Talon, it's a compliment, I guarantee you. And I shouldn't get carried away with this team because I haven't seen all the team, but I know Gloucester has a good team, and I know Woodside will too. But Hampton, you know, with their height, they're going to give a lot of teams a lot of trouble.
Well, you know, they get into the correct bracket and could get into the finals with the team that won the regular district. You go to the regionals, and that's not a That's not uncommon.
Minute 21 remaining. Hampton 37, Kecoughtan 9 here as we wind down the first half. Earp for 3, no good. Tie up underneath, and then they're going to say a foul has been called. That'll be on Latasha Joyner. That'll be her first. So the reach in got some of the ball and most of the arm.
Evidently there was more arm than there was ball.
So at the free throw line will be LaToya King. Missed her only other opportunity. This is 1-and-1 time for both teams. And that one does not draw iron, so that will be Hampton ball underneath the basket.
They used to go out of bounds on the side when they missed everything.
On the three-point line, a shot no good. Stick back no good. And an offensive rebound and a jump ball. Good defense by the Lady Warriors.
The first rebound was gotten by Janine Anderson, number 51. Got the first offensive rebound.
On the jump ball, the Lady Crabbers get it on the possession arrow with exactly 60 seconds left. In the first half, the Lady Crabbers have registered 16 offensive rebounds. That superior height is showing all over the place. White, right side, Earp, no. Loose ball, scramble for it, and we got a traveling call against Anderson.
Well, I don't know that she traveled. I didn't see her move her pivot foot, but if two ball players have a hold of the ball and one of them is moving their feet, then that is a traveling call.
You're sure about that?
Let me check with my guru.
39 seconds to go. And that was telegraphed beautifully, or anticipated beautifully, I should say, by Joyner. That pass was written all over the place.
Yes, it was.
Joyner took advantage of it and stole it for the layup. Oh, what a hustle by White.
Good Lord.
And that was knocked out of bounds. Should be, we got a foul.
Now, wait a minute. You pull him down, it's not a foul.
What a hustle play by Takara White.
Not only to steal the ball, but then have a sense enough to throw it down towards your end of the basket.
Exactly. She gets a nice round of applause as she comes out.
Also, she's showing tonight. It's going to be tough picking a player of the game tonight.
Well, you know, here's a perfect example. She has just 5 points, which is good first half. Nothing wrong with that. But she's really played well defensively for these Lady Crabbers. Kecoughtan suffering here in the first half with 15 turnovers.
Oh, wow.
But I'll guarantee you, not very many of them would be registered as unforced errors, that's for sure.
Well, and, you know, Kecoughtan goes into a full-court press, but they don't press till after they make a basket. Well, if you don't make any baskets, you can't get into your press.
Crabbers can hold it on the baseline, and with 6 seconds remaining, the Warriors will have one last shot at the basket here before halftime. Cobb will try and inbound it. She does. Ball in the air, and the buzzer sounds as the Warriors get the last basket of the first half. Did you happen to see who got that shot? Was that number 11? I think it was.
Sounds good to me.
Strobridge, all right. In any event, we have reached halftime, and our score after 16 minutes of play is Hampton 40 and Kecoughtan 11. We'll return to Hampton High School for the third quarter of action after a brief timeout.
I'll get my microphone.
As we come back here at the beginning of the third period, this is some replay of the action late in the period. This was the shot put up just before the buzzer sounded to end the first period. That was Ava Strobridge hitting the basket. The Warriors in the first half, they had 4 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds for a total of a dozen. They turned the ball over 15 times, had 2 assists and 3 steals. While the Lady Crabbers, they had 28 total rebounds, 17 offensive boards, 11 defensive boards, 9 turnovers, 6 assists, and 9 steals. And Tiara Lassiter led them with 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Scoring-wise, the Lady Crabbers were paced by Lassiter with an even dozen, as she had 6 from the floor and 6 of 6 from the free throw line. 11 points for Siobhan Sharp. She had a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, and 6 out of 7 free throws. 5 points each for Takara White and Latasha Joyner. 4 points for Emily Smith and 3 points for Alicia Morris. The Crabbers hit 14 of 17 free throws in the first
14 to 17. You got that percentage?
No.
Okay.
For the Warriors, they had 5 players with 2 points each. That was Abraham, King, Burt, Hartman, and Strobridge. 1 point for Casey Cobb, and they were 3 of 8 from the free throw line in the first half. Warriors will get the ball to start the second half. Brought to you by Zooms with 5 convenient Hampton locations and by Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director. And a double dribble called against the Warriors, and their turnover woes continue.
Well, and again, that is caused by the pressure that this trap is put on by the Lady Crabbers.
And that'll be traveling. So the Crabbers turn it over and give it right back to the Warriors.
When that ball goes inside to that high post, if the Lady Warriors, what they did that time is they just closed in and took away the passing lane for Sturdivant.
And the ball tipped and controlled by the Lady Crabbers. So that quick hands, quick feet, trapping defense just continues to pay dividends for the Lady Crabbers. White dishes to Earp. This is a 3, no good. Long rebound chased down by Lassiter. She's got 7 now. Lassiter in the lane, can't get it go. Morris follows and does get it.
Good hands, Alicia Morris, and that's a hard shot for a left-handed to shoot from that right side of the basket, but she did a good job.
Couple of offensive rebounds out of that last one. Stolen by Lassiter to White. White puts it in.
And you notice the Lassiter passed that ball off of the dribble.
So the Crabbers continue to pour it on as they now lead 44-11 and create yet another turnover.
I tell you, that trap just takes you out of your rhythm. And that's exactly what's hurting the Warriors right now. They have no rhythm. They can't get into a flow of a game. They can't get into their offense. No half-court offense is running for them right now. So they're going to have to do something. It looks like they're going to come out and they're going to start pressing and doing a little something, trying to disrupt this half-court offense by the Lady Crabbers.
Earp misses the layup. And the rebound comes off to the Warriors. That was Serene Abraham. Lassiter had it and then stepped on the sideline as she was being pressured by Raynell Deans of Kecoughtan.
Well, she should have just grabbed the ball and had control. She tried to control it with the dribble on the steal. That's hard to do.
Good feed down low and contact underneath. That'll be a 2-shot foul. The foul will be charged to Sturdivant. That'll be her 3rd.
Shonda said, no way you're going to get an easy basket underneath on my side anyway.
Here's the replay. You're going to see what we are speaking of. There was saw the hard foul, not a tough play, but Latoya King will go to the free throw line. She missed her only other opportunities there. And she continues to struggle. 0 for 3. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and Bob Killen, along with a 46 crew here at Hampton High School. Got her own rebound, short, as the ball was partially blocked.
Partially blocked, I believe, by Morris.
Yep. So Takara White will push it up the floor. She spots Earp on the right wing, and Earp will be fouled, and we'll get 2.
We're going to have a hard foul at each end. You give me one, I'm going to give one back.
Serene Abraham called for the foul.
Well, and that's when we say a hard foul, we don't mean intentional foul. It's just a good hard foul that you're not going to score. Watch this, and we're not going to let you score. If you're going to make it, you're going to make it from the foul line.
That's a good point, because I wouldn't want the fans to think we're being critical of the player in that it's a dirty foul or anything like that, because that's not the case at all. It's one of those things where you are not going to allow the player to get an easy layup. They're going to have to earn it at the free throw line. Earp now 7 out of 8. Make that 8 out of 9.
And the only one she missed is when you jinxed
That's
it.
right. Thanks for reminding her. I remembered it. I just didn't want her to remember. Takara White does a good job of getting the ball to Lassiter. Lassiter to Earp underneath. No good. Sturdivant rebounds. And a foul is called. There you see Ron Baton trying to maintain his position underneath the basket there. He should get combat pay for that one.
Yeah. Nice touch that time by.
Is this the same team at the foul line as we saw last week against Phoenix?
Well, he decided to practice free throws. and David will take that in jest.
Sturdivant gets 1 out of 2. Lassiter had it and threw it a little too tall for Sturdivant. But back come the Lady Warriors. And almost stolen by Lassiter, but they keep it. Shot off the mark. This is T.T. Lassiter. Works the ball down low for Alicia Morris. Left-handed.
Oh, nice kiss off the glass. Oh, that was nice.
7 points for Morris. And the Crabbers lead 49-11. And a foul.
I'm watching Alicia Morris. She's just like a half a second behind of getting a steal and ended up catching the foul. That looks like if it's on here, it'd be what, 3? Watch the replay.
I may have easily missed one.
Watch this nice kiss off the glass. Great shot. Janine Anderson, 51, and Emily Smith, 53, replace Morris and Sturdivant for the Crabbers. Got the roll.
King finally gets one to go down on the free throw line, as she is 1 out of 5 now. And unfortunately for the Warriors, that's just their first point of the second half, and that's a travel call. Earp tried to slow down and stop, but she dragged that pivot foot, and that's a good call.
Kecoughtan is penetrating. They get in, and then they're making some bad passes inside, but they've not lost the ball yet.
Long shot.
Oh, that's off the basket. I mean, off the board.
Did she call that one?
No.
You know, when you're playing horse,
if you're playing horse, you got to call that one. And then the Crabbers throw the ball away.
Raynell Deans with the three-pointer. 49-15, the Lady Crabbers on top. Want to mention our crew while it's on my mind. We got Sarah Bowers and Mr. Nathaniel Braxton working the high location cameras here at the Hampton High School tonight. Got Andy Foley working in the truck along with Bev Penn and Scotty Bowers, and I'm not sure who else. Doing a great job, as always.
I tell you, the Lady Warriors are a lot scrappier the second half than they were the first half.
3:38 left here in the third. It's been all Hampton. They lead 49-15. Lassiter in the lane, put it in.
Nice turnaround.
So Lassiter has 14 for the night unofficially. This is Becky Hartman, and her pass is intercepted.
That could have been a double dribble.
J.J. Foster, the official, says, nope, I saw what happened. The ball came loose. Deans with a good quick move, but the rebound comes off to the Lady Crabbers. That is Joyner, Latasha Joyner. T.T. Lassiter will drive, a little too strong. Joyner tried to put it right back up, and she drew the foul.
And that's a tough shot for her, but that was a good job, because if you hadn't done that, she probably wouldn't have gotten the two-shot foul.
Alexis Harmon called for the foul. That's her first. Here's some of the replay. See Lassiter go in there. Missed that one, but you saw the foul on Harmon as she fouled Joyner on the follow-up. Joyner misses the first. And hits the second. So she is 2 of 4 for the night from the free throw line. 52-15, all Lady Crabbers. Strobridge gives to Deans. Deans will fire it up from there. Instead tries to get the better shot down low, and the Warriors turn it over. Anderson down the court looking for the lead pass. It was just a little too tall.
A little too tall and a little too strong, but not a bad idea. You had a player breaking free.
Lindsey Price will draw the foul. And the foul was called against Janine Anderson. There's Sarah Bowers.
Good shot of Sarah. Got her back against the wall.
In the second half here, Hampton's been a little sloppy, as they've actually committed more turnovers than Kecoughtan has.
And not only are they, I don't think it's them being as sloppy as the Warriors have increased their defensive pressure, which causes them to play sloppier.
Sure. Killen says, well, the end result is they're still playing sloppier. I stand by my statement. My attorney, Mr. Killen, says I can stand by my statement. That's your guru over here. Anderson with a turnaround. And one shot for the Lady Crabbers as we're inside of 2 minutes remaining in the third.
Rebound that time by Lindsey Prince for the Warriors.
Is it Prince or Price?
I have Prince on mine.
I think you're right, because I think I've got it as Price.
Well, that's because you copied it down wrong.
That's true. I probably did. And I'm glad you copied me on that.
That's the player formerly known as Prince.
Formerly known as Price. So thank you for letting me correct myself on that. And a foul is called by Ray Keegan.
I tell you, got to be impressed. Gita Holmes, she was going to the basket.
Foul is the second on Alexis Harmon. That'll be a player control foul. Here's your replay. You saw the pretty good block. Anderson is fouled in the act of shooting. although she never released the ball. Davis 6 is telling her, let the ball go, because that's how you get the call for shooting. If you don't let it go, how are you in the act of shooting?
Well, they're going to give her 2.
I know, you know what I'm saying?
You're
No,
right,
it's a good point.
absolutely.
Because the ball and the hand were hit, primarily the hand. So, but she never released the ball. What is the rule on that one, Coach?
That's strictly the
Judgment
officials' call. But you're right. He's not normally. They're not going to call a shooting foul unless you actually are shooting the ball.
Unless you release the ball. Good.
Nice.
Herb.
Whoa! Just took the ball right out of her hand. The Warrior had it.
And Herb just stole it, put it in, and drew the foul. And that's the 3rd on Harmon. Here's your replay, and you saw it.
And she said, what do you think of that? And wait till I get a little experience. I'm just a freshman.
Look at her smiling and laughing.
She's having a good time, isn't she?
Yes, I like that one.
Good shot.
She has been amazing from the free throw line. She has only missed once in 10 attempts.
So she's got 10 of 11? Oh,
got
9 of 10.
9
That's 90%, isn't it?
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby.
Daddy always said ain't her word, so I shouldn't say that. Hampton ball underneath the basket. 55-17. Hampton led 26-3
Job of breaking
after
the
one.
press. Emily Smith coming up, getting the ball, helping break that press.
Earp feeds down low for Smith, and that was a good job blocked, knocked away by Harmon. She's lucky he didn't get her 4th foul.
Really, that could have been called a foul.
Anderson had it, and Harmon knocked it out of bounds. 60 seconds.
I'm getting snuggled up to over here.
Right?
I'm enjoying this seat.
All right, one of the advantages, huh? And the fans corrected Mr. Keegan on that one.
And he knew right away, as soon as he called it, that he had called it wrong, and he did a good job of correcting himself.
It's not when you call it right, it's whether you get it right or not, right?
That's right.
Less than a minute remaining in the 3rd. That one should be Kecoughtan ball. Looked like Smith got a hand on it. Takara White will come back in, and she'll replace Latasha Joyner.
I got me a new fan over here, Tim. Look at this.
I see you do.
Isn't she cute?
You had Ron to get a shot.
Yeah, I know where Baton is. Where's my camera guy?
I think he went home.
He disappeared.
Hampton with almost twice as many turnovers here in the 3rd period as Kecoughtan.
She's not letting go of that finger.
I see that. Nice feed.
Nice job. Oh, I'm impressed.
Was that Holmes got the assist? Was that number 5? Yep.
Yeah. And there's Takara White. And that could have been a foul right there.
Foul there.
And
Fouled
she's going to
her 3
get
times.
Yeah, but she's going to get an intentional.
Don't get an intentional. That's a good call. She grabbed her, pushed her, and then pushed her a second time.
Pushed her 2 different times. You're right.
Well, there's a little bit of frustration rearing his ugly head.
Oh, and it really does, because I fouled her 2 times down there. So what do I got to do to get the foul?
The Warriors player said, all right, I'll hit her again. I'm going to hit her till you call the foul. 57-17. And the toughest free throw of all to hit is that one where there's nobody
there. You are by yourself, and it's hard to concentrate sometimes.
Beasley trying to get in here, but she'll be replacing Takara White. And the ball will belong to Hampton at center court, regardless of whether she makes this or not. So the 2 free throws are no good, but Hampton then gets the ball. They rule that last foul to be an intentional foul.
Well, I thought they took it out at half court, but they're taking it out from underneath the basket. So,
and the reach-in foul will be called against Strobridge.
Well, she got a hold of her arm that time, got the ball, but by doing that, she got it. Picked up the foul. That puts number 11, Jackie Beasley, on the line.
So Beasley, you can tell the team's trying to get her some points. They're up there on the sideline. Just missed. And the foul on the rebound charged to Anderson of Hampton.
But that's a non-shooting foul.
Yeah, the Crabbers have only committed 4 team fouls. Deans is open. Long rebound comes to the hands of Earp. And Earp, kind of a pass/shot at the buzzer.
Yeah, Tim, we will pick a player of the game for both of these teams tonight. That player receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from Buckwalter Engraving. They're located on Kecoughtan Road. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 723-6067.
While you're reading that, there is Andy Foley.
That's where, now we know where Ron Baton is, right?
Let's see, there's
the
Foley.
Inside of the new truck. Uh-oh, the big guy.
And there's
Scotty
Bowers.
And look at the pretty lady next to him. And the shirt comes from an Islander Hardware and Sporting Goods. They're located in Pecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment and uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts owned a good shot of the interior of the new truck. All right, looking good, looking good. Hey, push that button. There you go, Scotty. See? Yes, sir.
Dude, I'll tell you, that's pretty nice digs they got out there.
Yes, it is.
All that new equipment. Look at him working that thing. All right. So we got your 14 rebounds to 6. Is that what you said, Bob?
14 to 5.
14 to 5 in favor of the Crabbers.
Lady Warriors will bring the ball in at the start of this fourth quarter.
Hampton had 11 turnovers in the third period to just 7 for Kecoughtan, but they outscored the Warriors 17 to 6. Baseline jumper is no good, but 2 shots will be coming for Abraham.
And the foul is on Lassiter. Tiara Lassiter, 31, picks up her foul. I don't know what number that is.
I think that's her second unofficially. Abraham will get a second try.
In and out. But they kick it. Oh, they got the rebound and then threw it away.
And Holmes will get a pair. Ejita will get a pair of free throws. Here's the replay of the action. Just threw the ball, and then Holmes decided to go coast to coast. And Hartman got her. One out of 2 for Ejita Holmes. Tie up of the ball and
belongs to the Crabbers.
Possession arrow to Hampton. Now, when we have a whole lot of time sometime, you'll have to explain to me the new rule in college ball about a jump ball, possession, tie-up ball, and how you don't lose the possession arrow and all that stuff. Did you watch any of the St. John's game
Yes,
today?
I did. And I was trying to hear them explain it, and they weren't too sure about it.
No, they weren't. And I was just as confused after they tried to explain it as I was beforehand.
And if Billy Packer has trouble explaining it, then it's not an easy thing to understand, because Billy Packer knows basketball as well as anybody I know of. And but it's a rule that says that if you can cause a turnover by a tie-up because of your defense, then you get the ball and do not lose the possession arrow, which is, I think, is a good rule. It in essence is going to recognize defense and give you an incentive, so to speak.
Well, you and I have talked about this actually a couple of years ago.
Yes.
About that very point, that if you have the possession arrow against you, if your opponent has the possession arrow on the next tie-up, and you work like a dog and cause a turnover, it doesn't reward you, except that the next time you'll get the possession arrow. But
you get rewarded maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
if there is another jump ball situation somewhere down the line. So if you can do it by your defense, then award the defense. And I think that's what it's intended to do. Right, I do too. But why they did it today, they gave the jump ball, but then they took away the possession arrow. That's really messed me up.
Again, I think that goes to the judgment call, I guess. I don't know. But you and I advocated that for a long time.
Who had possession?
Right.
And I think that's what the call. Because just a jump ball in itself, if it's a loose ball and you both go for a jump ball, it wasn't caused by defense.
Looks like Beasley might be called for the foul.
She said, well, all I was doing was trying to get her to throw the ball away. And that gives the Warriors 1-1, puts Lindsay. Is that Lindsay? No, that's Becky Hartman on the line.
Gets two. Well, I thought she was getting, that's right, 1-1. Okay. Beasley puts it up, no good. Beasley stole it, got fouled from behind, didn't get a call.
Well, I don't think that the Warrior player saw her in that, didn't see her because she's so small. Threw the ball right to her. Who got that basket?
Basket that time was by Christy Johnson, number 35. Crabbers 60-17. Knocked out of bounds by the Lady Crabbers. .6:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Crabbers led 26-3 after one period and 40-11 at half, and have just extended the lead here in the second half. Oh, ouch.
Oh, she came down hard.
Man, she did. I'd be down for another hour if that were me.
David Six is saying that wasn't a foul.
It didn't look like
she was fouled back when she first got the ball.
Watch the replay here and see for yourself.
Right here, she's getting fouled. Right there, she got pushed.
That tripped is what she got. And boy, did she go down hard, but to her credit, she got up with a little help from her friends. But she really took a tumble.
You want to sing that to
I'm
me?
from the 60s, baby. I know that, a little help from your friends. I tell you, this is a tough team. You know, they didn't lay there and. I'm impressed with this young freshman, Herb. The Warriors working the offensive boards, and then they can't hold on to it.
It's a lot of action going on, a lot of hustle, both teams.
Well, that's a good point, too, but I want to follow up on that. The Warriors have never been in this game since early, but they have not stopped playing. To their credit, they don't trail in this game because of a lack of hustle.
You got a good point.
They've been hounded by this Hampton defense from the tip ball, but they have not given up. And I give them credit for that. And as I did mention, the Warriors are a young team. They're going to have all their starters back, I think, with the exception of one.
Well, they only have 2 seniors on their team. Raynell Deans, who was a starter, and Keena Hardy. The only 2 seniors they've got.
Yeah, they start 4 underclassmen, so. Holmes all alone for the basket.
And a good heads up by Lassiter to keep her head up while she's dribbling the ball to find the player under the basket wide open and get the ball to her.
Again, that good hands reached in there. Holmes with the basket. She's fouled.
Nice shot. Oh.
Foul on Strobridge, and Holmes with a chance for a three-point play. Turnovers in the second half, all even at a dozen apiece. But this much taller Hampton team has just had the ownership of the backboards from the very beginning. Holmes completes a three-point play. She's got 6, including 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. Deans will fire from 3, no good. And Anderson with the board for Hampton. Another one of the tall young ladies. It's a tall team, this Hampton team.
Yes, they are.
Holmes with the runner. Herb got it. Thought about shooting it, felt the defense. Now she gets it, tries to feed down low. Smith.
Oh, nice job of getting the ball into Emily. And Emily catch the ball, turn around, and put it in.
6 points for Emily Smith. Give the assist to Earp. Stolen by Beasley. Oh, she's fouled. She'll get a chance to go to the free throw line. She'll get 2 shots as they're in the double bonus. Foul was on King, I believe.
I think everybody on the Hampton bench is hoping that this young lady will make at least one of these foul shots. All of them are standing up on the bench, Tim.
That's what I'm saying. They're obviously pulling for some of these kids that don't get a chance to play as often. Jackie Beasley with a free throw, got it.
I think she did her rendition of the Dirty Bird.
And her teammates are absolutely dying over on the other side.
And David Six just got a smile on his face.
(68-17). And Six is still coaching over there. You'd think this game was a 2-point ball game as he says, come on. Give me a break here, ref. Got some free throws coming up for Raynell Deans of Kecoughtan. She's got a 3-pointer tonight. First chance at the free throw line, and she makes it a good one.
Tim, we're going to have to come up with a player of the game, and you look at the Hampton roster, and you can just go down and close your eyes and pick one. But 2 young ladies stand out to me, and it's Takara White and young Miss Earp. And one of those 2 young ladies is going to be our pick of the game, and I'm not sure which one at this point.
I'll tell you who I'm leaning towards. Beasley hits it.
Whoa! Gina Holmes, wasn't it?
No, it was Beasley.
Oh, it was Beasley?
You would have thought she just scored the game-winning basket at the championship game. obviously a team favorite. In a game that's
Nice steal by Herb.
dominated by tall players, Beasley is out there playing with the tall ones.
Nice steal that time by the other end by Earp. Siobhan Earp. Nice job, and she's done just a freshman tonight.
David Six told us that the girls really look forward to seeing the game. In fact, they had heard the last time we had them on that they were going to be on a certain night. And when the game wasn't on the night they thought it was going to be on, he said he got all kinds of calls from us. How come the game isn't on?
They called him. Good. We could put your number on and let them call you. And we got to look at the Kecoughtan side too, Tim. I tell you, the LaToya King has looked good tonight, along with Deans and Becky Hartman's done a good job. It's going to be tough on that side too.
It's a tough call for both teams.
It really is.
Oh, a three-pointer for Deans. That's her second. She has 8 points. And she is the leading scorer in the ballgame. Got a pair of threes. Three-pointer for Joyner.
And another one by
Deans hits again.
Dean.
She's got 10. She's got to be a candidate we got to talk about. You mentioned her name a minute ago. Beasley has it blocked. Emily Smith follows.
And there's a young lady that's played well tonight.
We have 3 or 4 players in the game.
I wish we could do that. Then we kind of lose the significance of it.
I think you're right.
Well, Tim, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go with LaToya King on the Kecoughtan Warriors. And who we going with on Hampton?
Well, not an easy choice on either side, but I just got to lean towards the young freshman, Earp. I thought she did a fine job. She got about 15 points, and she stole the ball and rebounded well. And
had some assists, too. I mean, it hasn't been just one game. It's done well. Good shot of David Six.
Wake up, David. David looked like he might have taken a little nap there.
I don't think so.
No, he's coaching the whole time. I was making a joke about that a little while ago when there was a somewhat questionable call. As you look at the Kecoughtan bench there with Lee Martin and his assistants.
Oh, Tim, while I get a chance, let me real quick tell you that David Allen's Zoom is going to recognize a senior or other player on the basketball teams with each one of the girls and the boys in the Hampton system with the highest GPA. These players will receive a plaque for their outstanding academic excellence. This will be presented at a school board meeting on February the 17th, 1999. At Bethel High School, we have Timothy Smith and Tashima Augustin. At the Kecoughtan Warriors, we have Brian Walter and Raynell Deans. For the Hampton Crabbers, we have Jeremy Southern and Christy Johnson. And for the Phoebus boys, Phoebus High School, we have Harvey Burnett and Crystal Clary. Those will receive a plaque from Zooms for their academic excellence on the 17th of February. Thanks, David Allen and Zooms.
39 seconds. In the lane. Oh, the ball went halfway down. It came out. Stick it back in by Anderson. 6 points for Anderson. 79-24 Hampton. Talking about in players of the game and everybody, Lassiter in the game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 steals.
Good shot of Alvis Mann right next to him, one of the assistant principals over here at Hampton High School, Gordon White. responsible right behind Albus Man victory. Don't want to fail to mention him.
Michelle Burt with the three-pointer. Three-point play, I should say. Beasley has it knocked out of bounds. It should belong to Hampton.
She said, how come I didn't get a foul? Well, I want to be on the foul line.
7 seconds in the ball game. Good again for Holmes. So Holmes scores 8 points. And that is the end of the ball game.
And congratulations to our players of the game, Siobhan Earp and Latoya King.
Earp from Hampton, King from Kecoughtan. Yeah, we were talking, Bob was talking over campaigning for some other players of the game here. Can we get a couple? No. But seriously, Jackie Beasley did a good job coming. She had 4 steals for the Hampton Crabbers. Did a fine job as the Lady Crabbers just crushed the Kecoughtan Warriors. The final score, Hampton 81 and Kecoughtan 27. Want to thank Zooms with 5 convenient Hampton locations and Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director. For Bob Hintz and Bob Killen and the entire Channel 46 crew, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.